Hi guys, this is Savesh from Aventus Research, the technical analyst, and today is 26th of February, and let's look at the movements in the crypto market for today. So here I have the chart for Bitcoin on a 1 day candle, and I have a chart for Bitcoin on a 3 days candle, and you can see over here that Bitcoin has been consistently moving up since about 29th January. Here it is, and it has gone up by almost 21% in about 28 days. And overall, if we see on the 3 day chart, where we are able to understand the movement of Bitcoin in a much larger scheme, so Bitcoin essentially gave a breakout on the higher side on 16th of October, and since then it has been about 44 days, and in 44 days, not 44 days, I'm sorry, 131 days, 44 bars, and each bar consists of 3 days. So overall, in 131 days since October 16th, Bitcoin has given approximately 85% return. So let's look at what can be the trade that can be an interesting opportunity in Bitcoin. So, if you have seen my earlier videos, I had said that 53,000 is the main resistance right now in Bitcoin. And if that resistance is able to sustain and the price goes above the 53,000 level, then we can see a very interesting upside move to about 57, 58,000 levels in Bitcoin. That is yet to be seen. Just let me check the studio. Okay. I hope you are able to see my screen. If you are able to see my screen, then please type yes. Okay. So the trade in Bitcoin is essentially bullish right now, and you can see overall on a 1 hour chart, Bitcoin is looking again bullish. It had given a little bit of correction in last 2 to 3 days, but in general, it is definitely looking quite bullish. And so, what trade can be taken possibly? Okay, this is just a theory. Don't go ahead and take the trade. You have to do your own research first. But I'm just saying that what can be a possible trade in this kind of market on a 1 hour time frame in Bitcoin. So let's say we are keeping the stop loss. Okay, so let's aim for a 1:2 risk, 2:0 risk reward ratio. So for every dollar that we are risking, we'll hopefully make $2. Okay, that is 2:1 risk reward ratio. So here, if you can see, this particular candle has given a upside move. Okay, and it has closed above the 24 EMA as well as the 60 EMA. Let's also add the volume in this. Okay, so net volume. Let me add, go to settings. Yeah. So in the current 1 hour candle, you can see that there is a good momentum on the upside, and overall, Bitcoin seems to be moving up at least on a short term frame. If you are able to see my screen, please type yes. If you are able to see my screen, please type yes. I'm trying to figure out a way to also look at your comments as well as continue the presentation, because right now I'm using Safari browser and Google Chrome, because the software that I'm using, StreamYard, to stream my YouTube videos, that is not supported on Safari. Okay, let's continue. Let me check if I can minimize this. Maybe not. Right. Okay, so this is an interesting trade that we can take in Bitcoin with a 2:1 risk reward ratio. And this is the 1 hour chart for Bitcoin. And as you can see, the entry price is around, entry price is trading around 53,000. No, the entry price is trading is around 52,750, okay, which is also approximately the current price. And the target then will have to be around 55,300. That will be the target, and the stop loss will be 51,500. So if we lose in this particular trade, then we will lose about 2.3%. But if we win in this trade, then we will make about 4.8% in this particular trade. Let's give it a shot. Um, how much time is left for the trade to close? Okay, there's quite some time, but let's give it a shot at 1:2 risk reward ratio. I'm doing paper trading. You can also do paper trading. Okay, don't do actual trading. We are here to learn. So first learn, and then you can experiment based on your own research on your capital. Remember, whatever we are discussing over here is not a recommendation or advice of any kind. Okay, this is just for education purpose. Now let's look at, so let this trade continue. Let's look at some other coins one by one. So this is one coin, FIL Ether. Okay, so let's understand what is this coin. FIL Ether, right? And this particular coin, this is a 3-day chart. Let's look at 1-day chart. Let's look at 1-day chart for FIL Ether. As you can see, consistently it is going higher. Let me also add, so let me also add relative strength to this chart, and We will change the setting of the relative strength a little bit. We will make it 60, okay, and the moving average will make it 50, okay, and we will also show the moving average. So we are okay. So the relative strength had crossed above the moving average on 15th of February. At the same time, the one-day candle for FIL Ether had crossed above the 24 EMA as well as 60 EMA, as you can see over here, that is 15th of February. What could have been a good trade at that time with our 1:2 risk reward framework would have been, okay, so our stop loss will be around 60 EMA levels, and our target would have been around, we could have kept 1:2, even 1:3 risk reward ratio with a trailing stop loss we could have kept, and here it is, our target would have been achieved in after 2 days, that is 17th February. And the risk was around 4% and the profit was around 12%. So with using our relative strength as well as our uh, crossover strategy, this particular trade would have given good amount of profit. Today, on a daily time frame, it is looking a little bit bearish, and there has been some amount of resistance on these particular 2 days, that is 24th and 25th, that was yesterday, and the level of 8.55 seems to be like a resistance for this particular crypto coin. I would suggest that this is not a good time to enter in this particular trade, and I think it can be a wait and watch scenario. Uh, Maybe we can look at 1 hour chart for this particular coin and see if there is any interesting movement in the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, so last 2 hours, the 24 EMA has crossed below the 60 EMA, but the RS has been consistently perfect. So this indicator, if you do not know, it is called as the relative strength indicator. So what the relative strength indicator does is basically it combines, or it compares rather, the movement of the coin that we are analyzing with a base coin, which can be like an index or which can be like a benchmark coin in any particular industry. So typically the benchmark for Bitcoin, or sorry, the benchmark for crypto industry is Bitcoin. So we have to keep the base as Bitcoin, and then compared to the movement of Bitcoin, we have to compare it with the coin that we are currently analyzing. So that is what a relative strength indicator means. And as you can see over here, this coin that we are analyzing, which is FIL Tether, okay, that is the symbol of this coin. On an 1 hour time frame, on 26th February, that is 2 or 3 hours before. Now, see, I am in Dubai, so my time will be different than your time. But typically, you can see over here this particular candle today, that is 2 candles before the current candle, we have seen a crossover of the 24 EMA below the 60 EMA, and the relative strength at that time was still above the moving average. So our strategy, again, I will tell you, and this is a very simple strategy. We use a lot of complex strategies for our systems, but right now we will just look at a simple strategy. Just a moment, I'll come back.